Hello everyone, today we're going to discuss Hegel. The subject is going to be the way of the world and virtue. For you, the ones are not familiar with Hegel, he was one of the philosophers I would think myself one of the genius philosophers on the late 1700, early 1800 out of Germany. With that, I'll turn the subject to my grandson, Tristan. Go ahead, Tristan.
All right, thank you. So today we're going to be continuing our series on Hegel by talking about the way of the world and virtue and what those two things mean. So essentially, Hegel thought that there were two ways to interpret objective morality, which is, morality that applies to every consciousness, every mind, essentially. So these two ways consist of the way of the world and virtue. Now, the way of the world refers to morality, objective morality that is open to interpretation. So essentially, this means that there are objective premises, but they can be applied differently by different people to suit the needs of whatever time or whatever period or whatever circumstances you're living in. And virtue is kind of the opposite. So virtue is the second way to interpret objective morality. And virtue essentially states that there must be objective laws, specific objective laws that must be followed at all times and not deviated against. So essentially, morality can't be applied to different situations or applied differently, or, it can't be interpreted in different ways. It needs to be followed strictly according to a strict law and a strict doctrine. Now, essentially, Hegel sought out to critique the second way of interpreting objective morality, which is virtue. Essentially, Hegel made the critique that eventually a society would have progressed so much and, the times would have changed so much that these objective laws wouldn't really apply anymore to, whatever society currently exists. So this would mean that virtue as a way of interpreting morality would be worthless because eventually it would go out of style and it wouldn't be really applicable anymore. And this makes the way of the world a superior way of interpreting morality because it can be applied to different circumstances and interpreted differently, but it still maintains objective premises and principles. So that would essentially wrap up Hegel's idea about interpretation of morality, the way of the world, and virtue. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.